Hi guys, ArchieLuxury, and who do I recommend in America? In America, who do I recommend for quality pre-owned wristwatches? David SW, David SW, David SW. Go to davidsw.com. He is the best, the greatest pre-owned dealer in all of the United States of America. David SW, David SW, David SW. Hey guys, it's your Pontiff here, Archibald Chesterfield III on the Paul Pluta channel. We're doing paid review 21QB63. And before I start this amazing paid review today, I am actually doing a wristwatch check wearing Rolex Submariner. This is the 41 mil. I love my 41 mil Submariner. Let's jump in here. This is for Marco from Mexico. 21QB63. Hi Arch, I'm Marco from Mexico and I'm 45. For several years I've followed your program and I am a loyal fan. I consider myself a watch enthusiast and I started, like many, buying a Tag Heuer that was sadly stolen years later. However, 13 years ago, I bought my first serious watch, a Rolex Submariner 14060, which I considered to be my beginning of my passionate life for watches. I'm a technology manager, married, and I hope that one day my daughters will be passionate about the world of watches. Through effort and hard work, I've been able to buy several watches without sacrificing in any way my daughter's education and the quality of life of my family. My current collection is as follows in order of acquisition. Very, very nice collection he's got here. Da-da-da-da. Number one, of course, was the Rolex Sub. We mentioned that. Rolex Sub, no date, 14060. M, bought retail at an authorized dealer. Very good. Steelers 0, Punter 1. Next piece was the Zenith Pilot Chronograph. Bought at an AD with a 25% discount. Gotta say, not a big fan of Zenith. If you're gonna buy Zenith, buy the classics. It's not terrible, but it's also not great. That particular one he has there. Number 3, Rolex Datejust. Datejust 41, blue dial, smooth bezel, bought retail at an authorized dealer. Winner, chicken dinner. Oyster bracelet, smooth bezel. Man, that is a good purchase. Number 4, a Patek Philippe. Patek Philippe Calatrava 5227J. My only solid gold watch. Bought at an AD with a 20% discount. Man, this guy is nailing it. You want to get discounts, and that's not bad on Patek Philippe. 20%, man, that's not bad at all. Number 5 is an Omega Speedmaster Professional Man on the Moon Halcyon glass, bought retail at an authorized dealer. Yep, that is the way it has gone. I'm sorry, that's just the way life goes. And number 6 is a Rolex Daytona 116500. It's the black dial, black bezel. I recently acquired it from David SW by exchanging an AP 15400 white dial, which I bought in 2018 at a price of 18,000 US. Actually, I think the Rolex Daytona cost me 18,000 US because it's still the priv that I paid for the AP and considering the increased value of both. Okay. Then we've got, so basically you paid 18,000 US for it because he did the swap deal. See, fair enough. No problems with that. And finally, number 7, we've got a Rolex GMT Master. We got a Batgirl. No Bruce Wayne. This is a Batgirl. I like the Jubilee besides that it is different from the other 3 Rolex Oyster bracelets. Bought paying an extra premium in grey market. Well, that's how it is. As you can see, this is an entire collection that I've built over 13 years slowly. I would like to know your advice on the following. The review of the collection. Okie dokie, let's do a review. So basically this guy here, I gotta tell you, I like it. He's followed the baby steps. Do it slowly. You don't have to race and have it all complete within 6 months. You can just be nice and get it slowly. He's soldiered on. He's got a beautiful collection. Absolutely. So to answer the question, what do I think? Well, let's start at the top from this photo. You got the Daytona. Would I have preferred the AP to the Daytona? You know what? It's probably a good idea to piss the AP off. They're a bitch to service. They're fragile. I reckon the Daytona, black ceramic, beautiful. Then we've got the Zenith. Not a big fan. Not a big fan at all. If you're going to get a Zenith, get the traditional. But it's not ugly. It's not terrible. It's actually not terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible. Yeah, I don't mind it as a beater. The Patek. Oh my God, I love the 5227. Ah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's a J, sorry. It's a yellow gold. It's not an R. Jeez. It's a yellow gold. I love it. I love the Patek. The Patek is amazing. The Speedy. I love the Speedy. I love the no date sub. I really do love the 14060M. That's the 4-liner. That is a great watch. I love the Datejust. Love the blue dial. Don't ever sell that. And I love the Batgirl. So I actually like the collection. The only dud that I see it, the lowest point would be that Zenith. Okay, everything else I actually love. It's a beautiful collection. So number 2, should I keep the Zenith or should I sell it and try to pay a part of the purchase of some other Rolex? Good question. Good question. Now, always I do my bases. What are my bases? I always look at a collection and say, do you have divers, chronographs, and GMTs? And he's got a GMT. He's got all the bases really covered there. The Zenith. Look, it depends on how you feel about it. I don't mind you having the Zenith. Personally, I don't find that model attractive. I think it's ugly. It's not super ugly. It's plain Jane. You know, I like the open heart. I think that's a beautiful El Primero. Maybe if I had this in my hands, I wouldn't say this. Maybe I'm being a bit cynical. I gotta be totally honest with you. Would I sell it? You know what? I think I would. I think I'd piss it off and buy another Rolex. That's what I would do. What would I buy? I reckon an Explorer 2 would be beautiful. An Explorer 2. That'd be really cool to have that. Would I go 42 or 40? Doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter. We've got a bit of vintage. We've got a bit of modern. It kind of, yeah, that's... Look, if you're going to get slaughtered too much on the Zenith, don't do it. But if you can get reasonable money, it's not my favorite watch. Number 3, what would be your next watch that you would buy considering the current status of the collection? Look, I think you got so many bases covered there. What would I get? What would I get indeed? I would probably, as I said there, if you don't sell anything, let's just leave it as it is, okay? Because the reality is when you trade watches in, you can get seller's remorse, you miss it, you buy it, you do stupid things. So if you like the Zenith, just keep it. So what would I add to this collection here? Well, I would probably say your watch box is cheap. It's just a cheap, nasty watch box. But, if you wanted to fill 2 more holes, I would say an Explorer 2 would be great. 40 mil or 42, doesn't matter. White or black, polar or black, doesn't matter. I would my advice to you would be stick to steel. I don't think you need two-tone. You've got a gold watch in your Patek. That's enough gold. That is enough gold. I would say Explorer 2, and I would possibly I'd add an Explorer 2, and I notice you've got quite a few. See, if we added an Explorer 2, we'd have 2 GMTs, and we'd still have 3 chronographs. So I'd probably say, you know what? How about we add another diver? What sort of diver? It's a good question. Look, we could add a deep sea if you wanted one. You could add a sea dweller. You could add even the new Submariners. Whatever you feel comfortable doing, but I reckon it'd be nice. My advice to you is this: stick to Rolex. 1 paddock is enough. If you really wanted to hit it out of the park, don't ever trade any watches, but if you wanted to get an additional paddock, I'd get a complication, maybe a annual calendar like a 5146, 5396, 5205, or maybe a world time. Ideally, I reckon the 5130, that's the 39.5 mil, would be perfect. But I would say to you, 1 or 2 paddocks, 1 Omega, and the rest Rolex. I don't think you could ever go wrong with that there. Maybe the Zenith, you keep the Zenith. Zenith is an okay brand. There's nothing terrible with the Zenith. I'm not saying the Zenith is garbage. I'm not saying it's garbage. I'm just telling you my opinion there. Yeah, so that's kind of, yeah, that's my advice. So let's say add an Explorer 2 and another Rolex diver. That's my advice. That is it in a nutshell. Guys, like, subscribe, and tell your friends. Don't be afraid to put some comments. I can't survive on Google Ads. I need the paid reviews to keep me going. Without this support, there is no way I could stay full-time on YouTube. Please get a paid review. Help me out. Let me survive. Let me have the fun I want to have on the channel. Let me do well. I love yous all, and I will see you in the next one. Hey guys, check out one of my best friends, Jamie Opulence, on YouTube. Just go to Jamie Opulence on YouTube. A fantastic channel from my good friend Jamie. Check it out, guys. Hey guys, ArchieLuxury. Guys, I want to introduce a new service to you. ValueYourWatch.com. Proud supporters of ArchieLuxury. No seller's fees, no buyer's fees. That's right, guys. This is a trading platform to buy or sell watches. You can start selling for free. That's right. We advertise our paying for our paying subscribers on Google, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. It's a global platform. That's right, guys. Get $50 off the annual subscription by applying the coupon Archie when you check in there. But guys, you can try this for free straight away. Guys, you can start listing watches. ValueYourWatch.com. Give it a try and tell me what you guys think of that.
Feeling me, me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. Feeling me, me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. Feeling me, me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. Feeling me, me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck.
Like, subscribe, and tell your friends, and don't be afraid to get a paid review. $50 for a paid review. It helps me stay full-time on YouTube, and I will see you in the next one. $50 paid review. I can't survive on Google Ads. I need your support. And guys, you could also sponsor me on Patreon. Patreon allows you to pay as little as $1 a month to keep me on YouTube. Hey guys, Archie Luxury. Who do I recommend for watches in Brisbane and Sydney? Vintage Watch Co. That's correct. Vintage Watch Co. in Brisbane Arcade in Brisbane and the Strand Arcade in Sydney. Vintage Watch Co. Brisbane and Sydney. Ronnie, I've known him since the late 90s. Ronnie is a top bloke. Luke is a great guy. Vintage Watch Co. That is who I recommend in Australia. Check out Vintage Watch Co. and the guys' amazing range of watches. They also do service and repairs. Vintage Watch Co. That is where the Pontiff goes. You know, some of my Pateks came from Vintage Watch Co. That's right, guys. Vintage Watch Co.